We're going to start with today's top story, and that's the jobless claims number that comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's quickly become the most important number that we watch every single week. It's something that we all are keeping very close track of, but nobody probably quite as much as Steve Liesman. He joins us right now with a preview of what to expect. Steve?
Good morning, Becky. And, I have some exclusive data that we've calculated here at CNBC that normally I'm very excited to bring you exclusive data, but this data is just really a sign of the pain that's out there in the economy. So not quite as excited. We're looking for a total of another 5 million to be added to the jobless claims number at 8:30. That's the estimate on the street. That would bring the total up to 22 million since the 14th of March over those weeks since we began shutting down the economy. And Wall Street wondering this question: is there more to come? Well, it's actually very complicated. It depends on how much longer this goes to see whether or not there's additional deterioration in the economy, how much the disease spread in each of the states, and the extent of the shutdown. But there's another factor here, which is the state's ability to even just process the flood of claims. Now, I want to show you this data here. What we've done is we've added up the claims by state over the last 4 weeks. And what you find is that California leads the pack here with 2.2 million claims. This is the data reported as of last week. We don't have this week yet. 1 million in Pennsylvania, 820,000 in Michigan, 800,000 in New York, 760,000 in Texas. You can look at this and you can say, you know what? New York should not be less than half or even a third of California, so there's probably more to come from New York. So we did it another way. Another way to look at it is claims as a percent of the workforce. When you look at this, you see astonishingly, Pennsylvania, 16% of the workforce has filed for jobless claims there. Going down the list, 12% from Ohio, and there's 11% from California. This is looking at just the largest states. And going down, and you can imagine, for example, more claims to come from Florida, more claims to come from New York. So we might be past the peak in the total, but there's quite a bit of catch-up to do. And as we look at, has the market processed or heard the worst news? Maybe on a total basis, but there's some catch-up to go, and that catch-up could be just a result of states needing to process claims. And some of them, by the way, New York, as my colleague Rahel has reported, updating their technology system right now. Question is this the peak? We'll be watching these numbers and looking at them on an individual state basis to know, are we at the peak yet?